quickly and easy it is to make blueberry scones with the food processor. It will probably take you less time to actually make the scone dough than it will take to preheat the oven. So here goes. In our food processor, I'm going to add 315 grams of flour. Then going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I am going to add 50 grams of sugar and half a teaspoon of salt. I'm then going to just pulse it a few seconds just to get it mixed. So it'll be mixed. And I use the plastic blender. Now I'm going to add 84 grams of unsalted butter that I have cut into 1/2-inch cubes. They're actually a little less than 1/2 inch on this side, but that just makes it really easy for it to process. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn it on, and then I'm just slowly going to add it. See that it should be pretty well incorporated. If there are a few chunks, it's not too bad, but it'll end up getting more processed when you add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, and what I'm going to do is now add the kefir and the sourdough starter and the egg. If you want to have golden brown tops on your scones, the egg wash is better than your kefir. So I'm going to actually take my egg and whisk it a little bit in a bowl, and whatever remains here, that is going to be my egg wash for the tops of the scone. Let me just move it here. So you can see. And what I'm going to do is add my sourdough starter to my kefir. So 120 grams of sourdough starter. I'm going to mix this up. Okay, I'm going to turn it on. And then I'm going to slowly add my kefir sourdough mixture. Followed by the egg. And when it's all incorporated, you'll have your scone dough. So now I'm going to add the blueberries. And in order to add blueberries to a food processor scone batter, it is best to use frozen blueberries. So what I normally do, and it's a great trick, is that I like blueberries. I buy them on sale. I wash them in the container, and these holes make it like its own little colander. So make sure that you are washing it thoroughly. I then add a paper towel to the top and freeze it just like this. Okay, and then you will have frozen blueberries. And if they're a little stuck together, just bang them on the counter to separate. So I'm going to just put my my cup of blueberries there and pulp it. Okay, and there you have it. So now I'm going to make my blueberry scones into wedges rather than circles. So let me get this out. And because the blueberries are frozen, it won't bleed as much. So you're not going to have it in your mixture. It will start to bleed if you process it and you're cutting it up. But if you just have it so that it mixes somewhat, and then you do the rest of your mixing here, then you'll have it pretty uniform. So what I'm going to do is kind of place it into a disc, and the height of your disc is going to be about 1.5 inches. You don't want it too flat, otherwise you're going to have very short scones. And then what I'm going to do is cut it into wedges. I'm going to do it into either 8 or 10 wedges, but it needs to be an even number. Here is where it helps to have your utensils that you're going to use to cut your scones. Either it's going to be a knife or a biscuit cutter, but it needs to be well floured so that it's not the dough is not going to stick to the actual utensil. So I'm going to flour my knife here, and I'm going to just cut it, and then I think I'll make it into 8. And then with the egg wash that I had, I'm gonna add that to the scones. And I'm going to place it onto my cookie tray. And the key to scones is to try to work fast once baking powder has been activated with some liquid. So here are the scones, which I'm going to be putting in the oven.